Welcome to the Soon Podcast.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Soon Podcast.
I'm Alyssa, and this is my sister.
I'm Amanda Lynn, and this is my sister.
You've done that before. You can't be doing that every time.
I never know what to do when you half pass the baton. Like, you don't introduce me. You just say, this is my sister. So,
Just saying, what's up? What's
if
going
you're
on?
new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are two sisters who have two very different lifestyles, and we get together once a week and we hash out all things health, wellness, fashion, design, and a little bit of gossip.
Today, we have a lot going on. I'm so excited. We watched the Victoria's Secret fashion show last night.
Alyssa didn't hype that up quite enough. Last night was our Super Bowl. We were shaking, quaking in our boots. Alyssa waited until I was done dilly-dallying around. We hopped on a call. We did the countdown together, and we texted through the entire fashion show. It was so exciting. We just love the fashion show.
We really do. And we are saying it's our Super Bowl, but we truthfully had no idea it was going on until this week. You knew it was happening?
Yes, I've been so excited. Yes.
Why didn't you tell me?
What? I did tell you.
Well, I had no idea. And here's the thing too, is it's normally in December or November around Christmas holidays. And I was missing that this time around, the holiday sparkle.
With the bows and such. Yes, I do feel that, but let's give them a little rundown. I want to know what your overall rating was of the fashion show, and then we can dive a little bit more into the actual details.
We're going to get canceled.
1 out of 10.
Okay, I would give it a 7 because... Do you want me to tell you why, or you give me your rating and then we'll go over why?
Okay, I give them a 6.
Oh, that's not what you said yesterday.
I know, but I've been thinking about it, and I think I gave a higher score in the heat of the moment when I was coming off of the high of the runway, and now that the high has worn off, I've decided they need to do more. And here's the thing, is I don't want to give them too much shit because people were giving them shit and they took it away. I don't want to lose it again. No. I just think they are going to keep doing things that piss people off. So they're all going to talk shit about it. I'm like, just do it right the first time. Do it right the first time. Like the blowouts. The blowouts, that is all that anyone asked for. Everyone said, give us wings. Give us blowouts. There were barely any wings, and the blowouts were subpar. The blowouts were giving, I went to Dry Bar because I had a coupon. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I had no issues with the damn blowout.
They were not bouncy. They were just a sleek curl, but they weren't bouncy. The only reason they were bouncing at all is because those models walk so damn tall and they had the blower going on like a leaf blower. If they didn't have that, they would just be stick straight.
They had some Barbara, she had great hair. There was a good mix in there.
Yeah. Say what you want. I said my piece.
Okay. Tell me why yours is a 6. Okay. Is that all?
I think it was the hair. I wanted more wings. I feel like they were very lackluster in the wing category, which is annoying because that's literally their only job. I also was not a fan of the music except for Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott, I was dancing in bed, living life. But I will say, I was quite peeved that they weren't walking while she performed. I feel like it felt very disjointed. It actually pissed me off, and that is my truth. I have never been a Madison Beer, I don't listen to her music, and I felt like the vibes were a little off. It was kind of giving somber. I didn't like Twice. I didn't love their vocals. I did really enjoy Carol G though. I think she's a fantastic performer and she's stunning. She definitely deserved those wings. So Carol G and Missy Elliott held the show down. Those are my call out.
Yes. Okay. So I have no problem with the fashion that they did. I have no problem with the hair. I just want to see these gals, working that runway with good music. And of course, I love the throwbacks. So I love a huge wing. I love a pink stripe. I just want all things girly. So for those who don't know, I had a Victoria's Secret bedroom.
No one knows this.
I'm like, for those who didn't know me at 12 years old, I was a freak.
No, it was so cute.
And I had a Victoria's Secret pink, like the younger girl version room. So I had pink striped walls. I had a Victoria's Secret dog embroidered on my headboard. God knows how much that cost.
She
Thank
did.
you, Mother. And
She
yeah,
had one of the
so
dogs too. It was so cute.
yes, one of the little plush dogs. I was obsessed. And then all of the Victoria's Secret fashion shows, they were always around my birthday in December or the week before, so I would have watch parties. I was hype. Yes, I'm a fan. I just love it. It makes me feel like a girly girl, and I love to see these ladies work it. So my only qualm is the music. It was absolutely awful. I don't care that I'm a millennial. I don't get these twice people. They had terrible vocals. Okay?
They
You
did have
sound
they didn't sound good. And here's the thing. I love a girl group. I do love a girl group. I fear
no.
there was
Give
a
me
lot
Danity Kane.
there was a lot of them on the stage at once.
No, think about Danity Kane. Think about the Pussycat Dolls. Those girls were freaking
Even like
talent.
Blackpink, like they're amazing. And I just feel like Twice, granted, that's not like the music that I typically listen to, but if you just listen to the vocals themselves, which you could hear, like they should have turned their mics down. They were not good. They were off key. It was not good. Alyssa and I were like, oh,
It was like Mariah Carey New Year's Eve circa, that one time when they cut just her
yeah,
vocals and it was so
tragic.
bad.
It was
So
tragic.
I liked the song actually. Like I've been having it stuck in my head, the song that they played. It was like, I don't know. But the vocals were just so bad I couldn't get on board. And then, yes, 100% the vibes with Madison Beer were such a flop. I missed, what was the girl last year? Twyla?
Tyla.
Tyla
Yes.
was
Amazing.
fire.
Epic.
Yes.
Well, one, she's stunning. Two, she's an amazing performer. And then three, I feel like her vocals are just out of this world. And I felt like we were getting that vibe. I mean, very different genres, but that vibe with Carol G. I
Carol
think
G.
she's an amazing
Yes.
performer, super like hot, cool, like very Victoria's Secret, sexy. And her vocals were amazing.
Madison Beer had really good vocals too. It was just not
They're
spicy.
okay. They were I mean, she sounded good, but it just was
It wasn't a
falling
good
flat.
song.
I really wanted to have, like, a Tate McRae, a Sabrina Carpenter, like, give us
Mm.
someone that is, like, so of the now because I think that that really would have tied in with all of the girls who aren't really the Victoria's Secret watchers, like, they didn't grow up watching it or maybe they were a little too young, like, I feel like that would have brought that crowd in, and I think that that's still what they're lacking.
But just doing a quick throwback, they've had Justin Bieber, they've had Taylor Swift, they've had Bruno Mars. They have really outdone themselves in the past. And I know they don't have the budget right now, but they really killed it last year. So this year was just not it. Hmm?
Jessie Murph, I feel like she would have been a good performer because she is very spicy, but she just performed for Sports Illustrated, so I feel like they
Mm.
wanted to copy that, but I do think she would have been a good performer. So I feel like the music, it just wasn't what I was hoping for. If they started it out walking the runway to Missy Elliott performing, I
Ooh,
think that this would have been a completely different conversation. Like, that would have taken my breath away. I probably would have had a heart attack and had to finish watching it in the hospital because I would have been paralyzed with excitement.
Yeah.
And they just didn't do that, you know?
Missy Elliott has still got it. But yeah. What else was I gonna say? Oh, they did bring in Toxic by Britney Spears, but it was like on a track. They were trying,
They
I
were
don't know. It was all over the place, I think.
it was very all over the place. I think that next year they need a theme and they need to
Mhm.
theme a little bit stronger. Like they had a lot going on, which is kind of cool, but I feel like in the years past, they have a lot going on, but it still feels cohesive. This year it was like not cohesive at all. We need to talk about the pink runway section.
So the pink portion was really cool because they had a bunch of athletes. So they had Angel Reese, who, damn, damn, she looked incredible. Paul did not believe that that was Angel Reese. I was like, she let her hair down. And then Suni Lee, I think they did her dirty with her outfit.
I thought, oh, her outfit. I thought she looked gorgeous, but all of the all of the outfits for pink were terrible.
Yeah, I just don't think it was that flattering on her. And she's got the cutest, strongest, best body ever. So whatever. Same with the other, they had an Instagram model that had a similar body type, like shorter. And I feel like they cut her off by wearing, they put like these shoes with socks and it just made them look even shorter.
See, like my ankle boots situation, you can't hide
Yes.
the ankles if you're shorter. It will cut you in half. It just does.
But they did have Emrata, and that was insane. She's 5'6", and she looked 10 feet tall. She looked
Oh,
insane.
she looked stunning. Yes, I do think that it was very fun to have all the athletes on pink. I just feel, again, I feel like the pink portion felt very disjointed. It didn't feel cohesive with the rest of the show. And I thought that the outfits were atrocious. I love a nod back to the old day, the old pink, like it was the t-shirts with the pink. But I was like, I just feel like they could have been a little bit more special. I just, I feel like they were not giving special.
This is exactly why they eliminated the show, Amanda. You need to be more supportive.
Okay. Well, I'll be more supportive on the a few other portions, but I just feel like anyone who saw the pink runway like was not like, "Oh, that's so cool. What an inspirational outfit." Like everyone who walked down I was like, "Stunning, stunning." The outfit just like doesn't need to be here.
Yeah, we want to see less clothes.
Yeah, I felt like they were very covered, and we are girls supporting girls and we wanted to see it all. And I was like, why are these girls in sweatpants? Like give them the pink panties. They deserve them. They would look so cute in them. And they covered them up and it actually really irked me.
Yeah, the pink runway used to be so girly, cute,
So
fun.
cute, like rainbows and lollipops. And I know they were going for a sportier vibe. So I get they were trying, but again, failing, in my opinion, on the fashion side.
So, okay, so here were some of our favorites. We had Gigi Hadid and Bella Hadid. They looked insane.
Unreal. Gigi Hadid, when she walked down with the white angel wings, truly took my breath away. And I know that's kind of a basic answer, but I really feel like she's just such a Victoria's Secret model. Like I feel like her and Bella both blend perfectly into like the Candace and the Adriana, like all of the OGs. I feel like they're like the perfect ease into the new generation of them because they're so stunning. They're amazing walkers. And I feel like they have the energy that a Victoria's Secret model needs to have. Like you need to be serious, but still cute and fun and kisses and stuff. And they knock it out of the park. They do.
But we did notice on Bella's last walk that she had something going on. There was an issue there.
I'm waiting for her to comment on this because I feel like it was either something with the wings or something with her shoes because she walked in her red outfit where she didn't have wings on. her walk was epic. It was amazing. Chef's kiss, 10 out of 10. But the walk with the white wings, it was just a little stressful to watch because she looked visibly like very uncomfortable. And I just would like to get down to the bottom of why.
But I don't know if you saw, there was a couple things that didn't get aired. There was a shoe issue on an Original Angel. There was that girl who was like flailing her scarf and then it got caught on her shoe
On
and
the
she had to like
show.
stop. Yeah, there was a couple mishaps, but that's fun. I don't care about that.
I
Just
like
get
them.
back up, girls.
And they did.
Um, Another girl I want to call out, and I think she's been on it a couple times, but I never knew her name, and so I just want her name to go out there because she is the future generation of angels. Aman Hamam. She was the girl that came out in black tasselies and she like went like this and she shook it and
Ah,
she was
yes.
so cute and
She
fun
was
to watch.
amazing. She looked stunning. I loved that Jasmine Tokes. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but how she opened the show pregnant in heels. She looked ethereal, and I feel like
Mhm.
that was just such a good move by Victoria's Secret because it's like woman empowerment, showing love for the bodies, like the everything. And I feel like they did such a good job. And that was such a good way to open the show and get everyone just really excited. It was
And
beautiful.
shook up. Yeah, that was iconic. I don't know what they would have done if she couldn't do it. I wish I knew their backup plan, but she was at least 8 months pregnant. So there was a big chance that she wasn't going to be able to go.
Another model that I wanted to bring up is Barbie Ferreira. She walked during pink. And again, I think that she looked amazing, stunning. I think that they're doing a really good job this year of really encapsulating all body types in a way that makes sense for the show. I feel like the first year they came back, it just the way they did it felt so forced. And this time, like, I feel like they did such a good job. Everyone is just stunning, looks amazing. It really tied together beautifully. And I feel like I really loved all of the models that they had and all of the range that they showed. Another model that I really loved was Joan Smalls. She came out
Mhm.
like the golden walk that they did, and she had like wings like on.
She's 37.
Are you serious? She looks unreal.
I
Um,
know, just insane.
and we haven't talked about Candace yet, but
What's there
Candace,
to talk about? She's everything.
she is forever all-time favorite. I texted Alyssa immediately and I said, I need to be platinum blonde right meow. And she is just amazing to watch. And I can't believe that we've been watching her for probably 20 years now walk down this runway. She doesn't look like she's aged a day.
Insane. And just lastly, we have to bring up Amelia. What's her last name? Gray.
Gray.
Is that her last name?
No.
Hamlin.
Yeah. You know, I have a hard time because I'm not a Lisa Renna fan. I'm also not a Delilah Gray fan, and I'm not really an Amelia Gray fan. I just don't love that family. I think that they're so forced in how they always want to be over the top and the center of everything and the lips and the everything. I think that they're a lot. I also don't think that they're a super healthy way to personify a woman and like the expectations of what women should look like and feel confident in their own skin. I don't think that they do a great job of embodying that. Granted, I think that her walk was really cute. I think that she had a very sassy, very fun walk. She did a great job walking down the runway.
Really? I thought she was stomping.
She was stomping, but I like that she did the hand point, she blew the kiss,
Yeah.
like, she did the wink, like, she was definitely giving her, like, Victoria's Secret in a Lisa in a way, so I do respect her for being very much her, but
Mhm.
I'm not a I can't do it. I'm not a fan of the family.
Yeah, they're very intense family, and I hope they are all well.
Yeah. I no, I can't no comment. I can't.
Yeah. Anyways,
Whew, okay. Anyways, our last topic, and not to end on a sour note, but the finale, it was honestly kind of disturbing because they walked down and then they just cut to credits. Like, they didn't do a finale. It wasn't a finale. It just ended.
yeah.
Kind of sad, but I wanted there to be a finale because I love how they all rounded out and all of the performers went on stage. I think that it would have been really cute if they just literally got a shot of them all lifting their hands or, doing a little, like, clap together. It just I didn't love the ending. It felt unfinished, so maybe next year they'll finish it properly.
Yes. I'm excited for next year, and I'll be looking forward to it in October, apparently.
And we love you, Victoria's Secret. Please don't ever take this away from us again. We need to have something to look forward to. We need to have something that makes us want to work out. And we need to have something to also criticize, because who else is going to criticize the stunning Victoria's Secret models while we bed rot and watch the runway? It's just someone's got to do it. So we love you. Come
Yes.
back again, and cheers.
And also think about making comfier, maybe organic bras and underwear so that I can shop there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I guess this kind of leads us into my topic about weight training. And it was actually kind of crazy because I was talking to Paul about this last night. And I don't know how you feel about this, but I remember growing up watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show and then like going into a magazine and looking up like 30-day weight training plan or like workout plan and being like, I don't understand why I cannot look like these girls.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny now that I'm an adult and I'm like, they're literally 7 feet tall and they're genetics. Like these women, some of them are in their 40s now and they look better than they did in their 20s. Like some of this is genetics.
Well, a lot of it is genetics, but also there is someone posted this. She's like an actual model, and she posted this. I don't know who it was. I saw this years ago, but I thought that this was a good way to look at, like, when you look at someone like that and you're like, why did I look like that? Or you get in your head, and especially if you are working out consistently. But she posted, like, you're working out, which is amazing, and that's great. And she's like, but this is my job. Like, this is my
Literally.
life. I wake up, I have to eat to look like this. I have to work out daily to look like this. Like, my job is to look like this, whereas you're just being healthy. And I thought that that was
Hmm.
a really interesting take, because I was like, you are so right. Like, everything that you do is for that, versus people like us who have a full-time job, or you work in an office, or you're sitting all day. Like, you're it just probably not going to happen, or not going to happen as easily as you might think.
Yes. And I remember, hearing from some of our friends who were bottle girls and learning that they all actually get liposuction, even though they're already teeny tiny.
Mhm.
And it was just kind of crazy that, you know, I guess as a young girl, like that was what I had to aspire to. And obviously, they didn't have any models that weren't a size -0 in the runway at the time. And
Right.
so I think it's cool that they just showcase such a beautiful range of women. But now that I'm an adult and I just have accepted my body type and I'm proud of it and I'm happy and I work out and I love how to move my body, like I'm just excited to share this with other people.
Okay, hit us with the facts, sis. How do we get strong?
Okay, so I just want to start out by saying this is going to be a quick strength training chat.
Okay.
So, strength training, I mean, you've seen these girls at the gym lifting their like 5 and 10 pound dumbbells and doing their treadmill and blah, blah, blah. That's not strength training.
She's
It's
calling
cute.
me out, everyone, just so
I'm
you.
calling all women out because we've been programmed that that's how you get, dainty little muscles, but it's not. And it's not doing anything good for us. So I just want to unpack what strength training really means, why it's actually so important to women, and how it is different from those types of movements like Pilates or HIIT or, whatever the hell lifting 5-pound dumbbells is. And I'm drawing inspiration from Andrew Huberman's chats, Dr. Stacy Sims, number one. She is a researcher about female physiology and exercise performance. And then Dr. Andy Galpin, who I love him. He is an expert in muscle science and strength adaptation and mainly like longevity. Strength training is incredibly important because it is the number one predictor for healthy aging. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah, it's not just for aesthetics, but it really helps you with glucose control, avoiding that insulin dysregulation that can really spiral into a lot of things. Like a lot of women start gaining weight in their hips and their lower belly after like the age of 40. And that's like a big signal of insulin issues. So this can really help avoid that, but also bone density. So, Dr. Sims always talks about how women need more heavy load resistance work because our estrogen starts to decline after the age of 30, which is so sad. And estrogen helps maintain muscles and bone. And so after our mid, 30s, we need to start bringing in external stress to our body to mimic that protective effect of estrogen. And so that external stress is going to be lifting heavy weights. That's going to stress our body out and help our muscle fibers and our bone density, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
And then also, strength training is really good for your brain. You're training your brain and your muscles to communicate better. And so that's really good for brain health too.
I love that.
So I'll just like really quickly do a spiel about how strength training is different than Pilates and HIIT because I actually do love Pilates. I think it's really important to also be flexible and strengthen these other muscles that are not our main muscle groups. But it does strengthen them in a different way that does not necessarily lead to increased muscle mass or increased bone density. And so that is important to know because we love being Pilates girlies, but we also need to implement these strength training and heavy weight lifting because there's these things called twitch muscle fibers. There's fast twitch and there's slow twitch. So in Pilates class, even the hardest of classes targets what they're called slow twitch muscle fibers. And those help with posture and stability, but they don't stimulate the fast twitch fibers. And that's what maintains that strength and that power as we age.
Okay.
And then HIIT on the other hand, like high intensity interval training is Dr. Stacy Sims' worst nightmare. Like she literally calls out Orange Theory and everything. Like she's like, do not do this. This is not doing what we need it to do.
Okay.
It's just increasing your cortisol, which is going to make your body hold on to fat even more. And so she says if you really want to train power or intensity, which is really good for your cardiovascular and your lungs, then you're going to need to do something where you actually go all out. And that's not going to be HIIT. Even though you feel like you're dying during Orange Theory, that's not going all out because you're doing it for an hour. If you're going all out, what she actually recommends is doing something like a assault bike or like a sprint and going all out 110% for 20 to 30 seconds. Then you give yourself 2 to 3 minutes to rest and you do it again. And you do that about 4 to 5 times.
Okay.
And that should be your actual training. And it's like, how often are we actually going full force?
No, that's a good call out.
Even in Orange Theory, it's like, oh, I'm going really hard. I'm pushing past what I like feel comfortable doing. But you're still like, oh, I need to last for like 30 more minutes of this class. So I'm actually not going all out and there's no breaks. So you can't go all out because you don't get that recovery.
Okay.
And that's a huge part in strength training too, which I'll talk about. But so I did just want to talk about that because we have our hit girlies and they are incredible. But I just want you to check in and say, are you actually going 110%? because that's not sustainable at an hour class. And that's really the purpose of a HIIT type of workout. That's what's going to help your cardiovascular system. Now, on to strength training. My love, and I have loved it for a long time actually. And I had no idea what it really was. I thought strength training was, lifting the 5-pound dumbbells or, doing body weight squats. And those are all helpful. They're just not heavy lifting. So it's not going to help your bones and it's not going to help you grow your muscles. So if you're new to strength training, start simple. And it truly is so simple. It's shocking. I'm like, we've overcomplicated things here, people.
Okay.
So there's things called compound movements. Think squats, deadlifts, push-ups, things like push, which is for your chest, and pulls, which is like rows for your back. So we're really working the upper body, lower body, and our back. And so that's really it. You don't need to go crazy on all of these different movements. There are very few movements that are compound heavy lifting movements. So also you don't need to go crazy right away. You kind of need to start at your baseline. We don't want anyone to get injured. So do something that feels like the last few reps are really hard, but don't push it beyond that, especially on the first couple months, like if you need a spotter and you're in your first month of strength training, like you're going too hard. But it's really easy. So if you go to the gym, you pick your main lift for that day. So I'm going to say squats. I'm going to work squats. All you have to do is remember 3 to 5. So 3 to 5 reps. So you're going to squat 3 to 5 times. You're going to take a break for 3 minutes, 3 whole minutes. It's going to feel like damn forever, but that is what it takes to rebuild your strength and your endurance for the rest of your sets. And you're just going to repeat that 3 to 5 times.
Okay.
Do you think you can remember 3 to 5?
3 to 5, rest for 3. I like it.
Yes. And that's really it.
Be on the rest for 3.
Yes, it's a heavy rest so that you can go heavy again. And then they do these things called progressive overload. So then you're going to come back, the next week, maybe you'll work a squat again, and you're going to try to add on 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever. You're just going to keep continuously trying to add on. And, you do need to rotate your movements and whatnot, but that's really it. If we could tell you to do one movement forever, it would probably be a squat or a deadlift because you're working so many muscle groups.
Okay.
But that's the main thing. So 3 to 5 lifts, 3 to 5 sets, and 3-minute breaks in between. And you just want to pick out one muscle group per time. So what Dr. Stacy Sims recommends is strength training 3 times a week. And that can even be a 20-minute strength train. I mean, what I just said is a 20-minute strength train. That's like not implementing other movements, which a lot of people do. But that's all you need to really get those benefits of bone health and insulin help and just helping build those muscles. So that's really cool, but you do want to go heavy. And so with, squats, you're going to want a barbell.
Okay.
And that's scary for a lot of people,
That is
but
scary. I've never lifted with a barbell ever.
oh my God. I know. I think I tried when we were in Fiji, but you're like, I don't want to hurt my back.
I didn't.
Yes. And there are a lot of things to think about. So 200%, if you want to start strength training, go with someone who knows how to strength train and knows the movements and knows how to protect your body because you can really hurt yourself. Or hire a coach for 1 week, and then you'll remember all of those tips and tricks, or like for the month.
Right.
And then go on,
Right.
spread your wings.
Because I do think that even though it sounds simple, you can injure yourself so easily. Like I'm a scoliosis girly pop, so I don't really mess with anything that could hurt my back in the slightest way. unless I have someone there telling me how to do it, because I know for a fact if I just try it by myself, I'm doing it wrong. Like I know that already. So I would just highly recommend, or maybe go to a class. Maybe there's a strength training class. I'm sure that any gym, I'm sure, has something, and you can sign up and try and figure it out, just so that way you can at least learn the correct movements, because it is so important.
Yes, the form is so important. I still like Kayla Itness, if you remember her.
Gosh,
She has a strength, huh?
she is intense.
No, she has a strength training program now too for the gym. And I think she's really branching out and getting away from her hit classes. She was a psycho,
Mhm.
but it at least gives you a good foundation of what movements to do and how to repeat them. And I do think that she talks about, tucking your tailbone and taking breaths before you
Right.
squat so that you're bracing your core. But I really got into it with my husband. So, ladies, if your partner is into strength training or your close friend, I have a lot of girlfriends who are into strength training. Like, tag along with them and ask them, hey, can I come with you? And like, shadow you and do what you're doing,
Yeah,
or you could
buddy.
go to a class. I've never done CrossFit, but I know that that is strength training for sure. But I feel like they really prioritize high reps, and so I don't know how good they are about protecting your form.
Right.
I'm a low and slow gal. I mean, you just heard what Dr. Stacy Sims said. She said 5 lifts, and I feel like these people at, CrossFit are doing 10 to 20. And that does help, it's just different. It's totally different, and I'm just talking about baseline strength training here, so
I love it. Everyone, get your strength training on. Get your buddy, learn how to strength train and strengthen your body. So next year, when we have this Victoria's Secret fashion show, we'll all be up there on the runway rocking our strong bods.
yeah, I mean, I just wanna say consistency is all that matters. I don't care if you're going once a week. If you go once a week for a year, you're gonna look so much better and feel so much better than you do going 0 times or once a month,
Right.
But doing, like, these little spurts, no offense, Amanda, like, where she gets into Pilates or yoga and she does it for, like, a month hardcore, but then she doesn't do anything for 6 months, and I'm just like, I wish you would just stick with something, because you'll really see the difference.
Yeah, we're all just trying our best here, girls. Just get out
I just love to shame you.
get your training on and try your darndest. But listen to the last episode where I talk about my Pilates journey, because it's been very enlightening. And I just want to harp one more time. If you're going to get into the fitness realm, buy yourself a nice little workout set. I swear it will make you want to work out more. It'll make you more excited about working out. It'll make you feel hotter. It'll make you feel cooler. And you should buy it and love it. And you're welcome.
That's one of the best things about strength training is strength training girls, we like to go to the gym in our big t-shirts and our shorts.
Well, I just told them to buy a set. So I still recommend to buy a set. Treat yourself from the outside in, inside out. That's what Alyssa and I stand for. And
You can buy a big t-shirt.
don't listen to her. Anyways, I loved that. This was amazing. Alyssa is going out tonight. I am staying in because I have to leave for my flight at 3 in the morning. Ring a ding ding.
Are you
I still
serious?
have to give myself a spray tan. So we have big things, and we're excited to talk to you guys next week, loop you in on everything we have going on. If you haven't already, submit your spooky stories to our anonymous link in our bio, because at the end of the month, instead of our sisterly advice, we are going to be doing scary, spooky stories. So submit
Or spooky sisterly advice?
spooky sisterly advice. And we've mentioned this before, but it can be an actual scary story, which I love, or it could be like scary in terms of like embarrassing, scary in terms of like my boyfriend cheated on me. Like there's a lot, our scary is very big. Submit whatever you want and we'll read it and we'll all just get a good haunt.
Spooky. Do you know, are you gonna do anything for Halloween?
Yes, Omar and I are homeowners this year. So we are going to be passing out candy and we're so excited, except for our neighborhood gets sickeningly busy, which but we are buying the candy obviously for the first time this year. And I'm like, candy is so expensive. And we go through passing out like 2 candies per kid. We go through probably 15 Costco size candy bags. And I'm
It's
like,
like thousands of kids. My mom said she spent $300 last year.
and on top of that, for the kids that actually live in the neighborhood, because we get so many kids that don't live in the neighborhood because our neighborhood goes like all out. So it's really exciting to bring your kids here, which I love. And I love how many kids come here. But for our neighborhood kids, they decided starting last year or maybe the year before that they deserved more than just your average candy. So the neighborhood children have a secret code word. And when they say the code word, you have to give them a king size candy bar. So we have to buy the king size candy bars. And the thing is that these kids that live in our neighborhood, they'll come with their friends. And I'm like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
be the asshole that only gives you the candy bar. Like all of these friends get a dum dum. Like, so, oh my gosh. But on top of that, we got invited. One of my friends just bought a house and they remodeled it, her and her husband, and it looks stunning. And they're doing like a Halloween housewarming vibe, which is so fun.
Ooh.
So Omar and I are dressing up as he's going to be Austin Powers, and I'm not going to be a fembot because I think that that's everyone's been a fembot. I'm going to be, I don't know what her name is because I've never actually watched like the full movie, which maybe I'll do that on the flight tomorrow. She's like wearing a silver outfit and she's like a very 70s hairstyle. And I think it'd be really fun. So that's what we're going at.
I think you should be mini me.
You're such a bitch. I'm like,
I know,
with
we
the
never
ball
even watched
cap.
that. Why are you guys being that?
Omar loves Austin Powers and I like all of the girls' outfits in it. So I was like, wait, this would be cute. So it was my idea and I liked it. So that's what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? Oh.
We always go to Ocean Beach and we go to our friend's house, and now she has kids. So we've just been like taking the kids around and it's pretty fun.
No.
Last year we were in our new neighborhood and I set out a bucket of candy and I heard no one comes. But I still was like, here's a bucket, if anyone comes, like they can steal all the candy. I don't care. No, not one candy was taken. So sad.
Maybe in your new neighborhood.
We're only a block from our old
I
neighborhood,
know, but
but
maybe
we'll
that's
see.
the neighborhood that they go to. Maybe yours was too far.
I know, we'll see. So,
Well, we love you all and thanks for listening and we'll talk to you soon.
talk soon. You were bad.
Why?
You're just like, love it. That love.
You
That's
literally just
great.
told me I'm not allowed to cut in and talk. So I was letting you do your
Love
thing.
it. You
It's
don't
better
love it.
better than you when I talk and you're like, you shouldn't be doing that. You should wear a t-shirt. Meh, 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 meh.
Oh my God.
I
Goodbye
gotta
and good
go. Love
riddance.
ya.
Love you. Bye.